Hey, Genki Call here with a report on the Soulforge for Magrim Woods week. I am pumped about this week. I have been waiting for almost a year for the Doomed Glaive to come back to the Soulforge. I passed on it last year and I regretted it, but the reason I passed is because it's a skull spammer, and at the time I was scared of skull spamming teams. I found a way to get around that. I put up a video on it. If you're interested, I'll put a link in the description box below. How to survive your skull spamming team. So, I am digressing. Let me get back to the Doom Glaive. So it does damage to all enemies, converts brown gems to Doom Skulls, and, you know, the regular, if the enemy has a Doom, blah blah blah. The Doom Glaive is considered one of the best doomed weapons, if not the best doomed weapon in the game. I am just so pleased to finally be able to get it. I crafted it while I was doing my last video, but I wasn't recording, so you don't get to see that I did that. Ooh, sorry about that. Alright, so let me show you what else we've got here. So, Lupin's Edge, let's see. This is one of the double mana converters, and it does not feed into itself. So it does damage boosted by Wargear allies, creates a mix of 6 green and red gems for each Wargear ally. And then we've got Devil's Bane. Chance to damage to the enemy, 4% chance to kill them, boosted by demon enemies. So I guess that could be helpful if you're fighting lots of demons. But it is a boost ratio of ×4, so if you're fighting 4 demons, you'll have an extra 16% chance, so 20% chance to kill them if there are 4 demon enemies. Wolf Hammer, this is another converter, but it also does not feed into itself. It does damage boosted by Magrim Woods allies and creates a mix of 6 blue and green gems for each Magrim Woods ally. As you can see, I own all of these weapons. I don't remember crafting the Devil's Bane, but I crafted this one last year, and I crafted this one today. As for Hope's Crescent, this is a good weapon. I enjoy this weapon. Eliminate all armor from an enemy and deal damage. And if the enemy's life is greater, you do triple damage to them. So this is really nice for events where you're getting really high up in the tier and they have a lot more life than you do. The Hope's Crescent is really nice. I like it a lot. Let's see what else we've got here. We've got the Moonblade, which I have no interest in whatsoever. Deal damage to an enemy, then convert 3 gems of one of their mana colors to lycanthropy gems. I don't like lycanthropy. I have no interest in adding extra lycanthropy gems to the board, so meh, not going to craft that one. You may like it, I do not. Then we've got the Dagger of Magrim, and the Dagger of Magrim is only 75 diamonds. I do not like these weapons that you remove a bunch of gems and you get no effect from it, you get no mana gain from it whatsoever. That's kind of off-putting to me. But you do damage, boosted by the gems removed. It's a 3-to-1 ratio, so if you remove 9 gems, you're only going to do 3 extra damage. And then if the enemy is from Magrim Woods, deal double damage. The only reason I would consider crafting this at this point is if I needed another weapon for Magrim Woods to increase the power level of that kingdom. So this is a pass for me. I have plenty of Magrim Woods weapons at the moment. I may regret this later, but at the moment it's a pass for me. These 3 weapons are always in the Soulforge. These are needed to craft Zathinos. And then Duskbringer is always there. Shattered Blade, Broken Guard, always there. Dawnbringer, Dawnstone, always there. Alright, so let's head over to the troops. In the troops, let me show you what we've got. Shadow Dragon is a legendary. I don't recommend crafting legendaries unless you gotta have it for increasing your power level of your kingdom, unless you are rolling in diamonds, or if it's just something you've got to have. Like I crafted Tesla personally, but that was a long time ago. But 800 diamonds, I would rather save them for a mythic. As far as Borealis is also a legendary. We're going to skip over that one. Abnesia, as far as these mythics go, Abnesia is, to me, rather boring. There are lots of troops that explode gems and do a summons, or that kind of thing. There are weapons that do things like this. So I am not interested in Abnesia myself. She has some immunity. She makes all enemies lose 2 random skill points, and all demons gain 2 attack and life at the start of each turn, which is pretty nice, but it's not worth 4,000 diamonds to me personally. Famine is one of the members of the Apocalypse. He drains mana from all enemies, then deals damage to one enemy boosted by the mana drained, and it is double, so if they drain 12 mana, they're going to do an extra 24 damage. All enemies lose 2 random skill points, recover 1 armor at the start of each turn. In other words, every turn you get plus 1 armor, and then the first enemy loses 3 skill points at the start of each turn. Famine is, unless I'm mistaken, I believe that Famine is considered to be the best mythic of the Apocalypse. I am not positive about that, but crafting Famine will not get you anywhere ahead towards kingdoms, because the Apocalypse doesn't actually have a kingdom per se, so it's not going to help toward power levels, so that's something to keep in mind as well. Zathinos is always in there. Scotty, I find her to be a little meh. I've used her a couple times, really don't enjoy her that much. She does freeze and mana burn to the first 2 enemies, knocks them to the last position, and summons Queen Mab. Honestly, Queen Mab is more useful to me than Scotty is. However, depending on the way that you like to play, her final trait could be something that you like. Create an ice storm at the start of every turn. There are no classes currently that can do this, like Stormcaller will start a light storm at the start of every turn, or Sunspear will start a firestorm at the start of each turn. There isn't one that creates an ice storm at the start of every turn, so if you're using a lot of blue, this might be useful to you. Zul'Goth is always in there. Tinseltail is a legendary. Zilopochtli, don't know how to say that. Love the artwork, however, he is considered to be one of the less useful mythics in the game, shall we say. He deals damage to an enemy boosted by purple gems. If there's a storm, he deals double damage, and if the enemy dies, he creates 12 skulls. Now, the interesting thing about him is his 3rd trait here, which is deal 12 damage to a random enemy when matching yellow gems. But then you're going to want to use a team with lots of yellow on it. Logically, this is what my mind says. And yet you need lots of purple, so it doesn't seem like a well thought out mythic to me personally, and that's a hard pass on me. And Rage Kurindara are always here. Baphomet is a legendary, always here. 2 new boss troops today, so we've got Hatir Ascendant, which is going to cost you 8 major orbs of ascension, 50,000 souls, and the moon. And here is what it does. Create 6 green gems, then convert all green gems to lycanthropy gems, and summon 1 to 3 winter wolves. There we go with the lycanthropy gems again. I'm not interested at this point in my life. In my gaming time with Gems of War, I'm so done with lycanthropy gems. I just do not enjoy them. I could change my mind later, but this is a boss troop, and as far as I know, the boss troops stay in the Soulforge permanently. So, allied beasts gain 2 life, he's got his immunities, and he gives 2 magic to all beast allies when his turn begins, or when your turn begins. Also here is Scroll Reborn. He costs 8 major orbs of wisdom, 50,000 souls, and the sun, which you can see I don't have yet, which is unfortunate because this one actually looks interesting to me. I can get the major orbs of wisdom without a problem. I have so many orbs of wisdom that won't be a problem, but I'm missing this troop, doggone it. So here's what it does. Create 5 yellow gems and convert all yellow gems to doom skulls and summon 1 to 3 wargs. So it's kind of like the poor man's Lord of Slaughter, where the Lord of Slaughter creates brown gems and then turns all brown gems into Doom Skulls. However, the Lord of Slaughter has a little leg up on this guy because the Lord of Slaughter also does true damage with skulls if he's traded. This guy doesn't, and so he gives 4 attack to all beast allies when his turn begins. Immunities, allied beasts gain 2 life at the start of the battle. The only thing that Scroll Reborn has that the Lord of Slaughter does not is this summon. Wargs are, not that useful, I would think. I don't ever use them anymore. It's been a very long time since I used them, so I don't know. But I think for the price, that is going to be worth it for me. Something to keep in mind is that when you are making these ones that require a card to make them, you're not losing the card, as far as I know. So I can tell you that when I created Dawnbringer, we'll just pull up Duskbringer, there were these 3 pieces that had to be crafted before I could create Dawnbringer, and those 3 things did not get removed from my inventory when I crafted Dawnbringer. So it leads me to believe that it will be the same with the boss troops, is that you will not lose the original card that you had when you craft them. So there is a ton to go over this week, and I will get on that in my next video, so keep an eye out. We'll see you soon, and y'all take care. Bye bye.